So if you're breaking all these things down to somebody and they refuse to pick up on it, what you do? That's why Christ said, you find a fool. Let him be a good. In other words, then he came back and said, cast not your pearls before swine. That ain't talking about Esau now, that's talking about our people. Because the ones that don't want to listen, they're like a hawk. And if you casting your pearls before the swine, then after a while, you're going to be down there with them, and you're going to be tussling on the ground because there's going to be a fight, right? Yeah, exactly. That's what Christ said, leave them alone. Cast not your pearls before swine. Why? What's the rest of it?
And give not that which is holy unto dogs.
What's the rest of it?
Lest they trample them under their feet.
Okay.
Lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you.
Right. So if you stand around there trying to convince them and you see they ain't going, they arguing with you and all that, what's going to develop?
We're going to be fighting.
So when they start swinging at you, what you going to do? You going to stand there? Huh? So Christ said, rather than going through all them changes and letting it get to that point, you see the fool step off from it.
Unity's number one.
We about to get it poppin', man. You know what I'm saying, man? Disrespect to the elders, man. Yo, Ahrayah. Let's get at these cats, man. You heard? Yashiyah.
One West alphabet, why you wanna disrespect? One West, we the best, we've been put to the test. Highways and byways, Saturday through Friday, banging on these heathens, I know you hate to see it. One West alphabet, why you gotta disrespect? One West, we the best, brought the truth to the West. Highways and byways, Saturday through Friday, banging on these heathens, I know you hate to see it.
You hating on the 7? Hating on the 7? Why you hating on the 7? You just came in at 11. We've been teaching like forever. You be like whatever. What you think you better?
Did you get that letter?
Sold out for that cheddar, switch doctrines like the weather. Pervert the gossip, never. My diadem is leather. My garments never pleather. Sure, all he does it better. We Power Rangers clever. Second Tim, 1 and 7. One wife, never. Let me show you better. Original 7 elders. Marsh up like what better. All of y'all are hard better. Yashiyah sharp better.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
A black general named Servius Septemberus, we overthrew them in 193 AD and took over Europe and ruled over white people and had them as slaves for 1,000 years. Then after that, through internal warfare, we began to fall when we were fighting one another. Then these devils came back out the cave and their deadly wound was healed, like it says in Revelation, in 1453 when Constantinople was sacked. The Ottoman Turks, which were white men that converted to Islam, went into Constantinople and sacked that. That was the beginning of their wound being healed. And prior to that, right after that, they had Calixtus III, that was the forerunner of the Borgias family, to get a foothold back in Spain. Then the first white popes to get back and sit on the throne in Spain was Rodrigo Borgias and his faggot son Caesar, who is the new Jesus Christ. Prior to that, all the pictures of Jesus was black. The only time they turned white was during the Renaissance when this devil's deadly wound was healed. When he came back in and got a foothold in Spain, got a foothold in Russia, and then got a foothold in England after that. And after that, he got a foothold in France, and he started taking over the whole world that the Jews was controlling, that the Byzantine, Christian, Jew, black Jews were controlling. Read. You devils can't tell us nothing. Read.
And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper.
Yeah, because his policy is to speak lies. He said, we want to bring peace. That's his policy. Read.
In his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart.
Read.
And by peace.
And by peace, like they were hollering peace today on the news. Read.
Shall he destroy many.
By peace he shall destroy many. By peace he shall destroy many. So there ain't going to be no peace in the Middle East because the wicked are ruling right now. And the Most High is not concerned about bringing no peace there. The Most High is only concerned about bringing death to them. Now I want to show something else. I want to go into the Bible a little bit and get into a little bit of archaeology showing something about the Israelites, particularly the North American Indian. I got a book here. On the front of this book is called, look at this real good. The name of this book is called History of the American Indians by James Adair, who was a prominent scholar in those days. He was a scholar in those days. James Adair.
Hold it a minute. Let the focus, okay.
Now I want to make a statement. This is not a picture of an American Indian on the front of this book. This is a picture of the devil dressed up in Indian's garment. That's what that is on the front of this book.
Yeah, because
the Indians are dark-skinned people just like Negroes, and I got other books that can attest to that I'm going to show right after this. But let me read this caption in this book and give me Genesis, the 49th chapter. Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter. I want to show you something here. Because the devil, he always try to play tricks and lie. But we're going to go in this book and show you that the devil ain't going to get away with these lies. Because now it's time for these lies to be brought down. We're going to bring the facts out. We don't care who don't like it. They can drop dead. I'm going to show you what James Adair said in his research that he found out about the Indians. We're telling you that the North American Indians are not Indians, that they're Israelites from the tribe of Gad. Everything about them, their customs, the fringes they wore on their garments, the borders of blue, doing the shemais on a Saturday, which was a Sabbath, everything they did dates back to the Israelites. And I'm going to read that in this book. Bear with me 1 second. Hold the microphone in. As I stated earlier, I wanted to go into a little bit of history about the American Indian. And I want to prove to you biblically and historically that the so-called American Indian is not an Indian, but he's an Israelite.
Could you repeat that again?
As I stated earlier, I would like to go into a little bit of history about the so-called American Indian. And I would like to prove that the so-called American Indian is not an Indian that the white man calls him, but he is an Israelite of the nation of Israel out of the tribe of Gad, and some of them are out of the tribe of Reuben. And to do that, I'll first go in Bible reference. After that, I will go into historical references. Now, I'm in the Bible in the book of Deuteronomy, the 33rd chapter, and I read Yashiyah here. The young priest is going to read about the tribe of Gad.
Verse 20, and of Gad he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad.
Now, God was the one that enlarged Gad. He gave Gad the whole United States of America. So he enlarged Gad. Gad did not come over here, over Alaska, through the Straits of Gibraltar. Gad came here during the time of Solomon's maritime, King Solomon's time, during the time when he was a great maritime power. After the death of Solomon, when his kingdom was split in two, 9 tribes came here with Hoshea, King Hoshea. And Gad was one of the tribes that came here. Read.
He dwelleth as a lion.
Gad used to live in this country like a lion in the wilderness. He wasn't afraid of anything. In this country, he was a civilized man. And he had morals and dignity and pride and laws of the Most High that governed them. This is why they wore fringes on their garments and borders of blue, because there was an old Hebrew Israelite custom of the laws of the Most High. Read.
And teareth the arm.
He teareth the arm.
With the crown of the head.
The crown of the head. He wears a bonnet on his head. And he used to take the feather out of the bonnet, cut his arm, and become blood brothers with another one of his brothers by putting his arm up against the arm of the other Indian. Now, I want to show a book concerning that. First of all, I want to make a statement. You devils, you so-called white people, you always running your fat mouth on TV claiming that the North American Indians are red people. When the Bible tells you that the devil is red, and you so-called white people, you are the red people. I ain't never seen no red Indian. But I'll tell you what I did do. I went and I ordered this book about Indians since you claim they're red, and it's called The Great Chiefs. Hold his mic. It's called The Great Chiefs. See the name of that? The Great Chiefs. And you get this through Time Life magazine. I don't even know if you can get it anymore. This book is about 10 years old, 12 years old. The Great Chiefs, Great Indian Chiefs. What's on the front of there? A chief, an Indian riding a horse. But let me show you the color of the Indians, what they looked like. On page 170, it says members of an Indian tribe, surrounded by the prophet Smohala Center with the white shirt, who preached that the Indian dead would arise and drive the white man from their land. Joseph shares Shamala's reverence for land, but not his anti-white bias. Don't believe that. The Indians hated the so-called white man. Now, I want you to show me a red Indian in this photograph of these great chiefs sitting down. You so-called white people need to be the hell whipped out of you. Every Indian on this photograph is dark as hell. The one standing up is dark. The one sitting down is dark. All of them. Look at them. And you devils run around hollering that they red. Ain't a damn thing red about them. I'm showing you in this book. It's just as simple as you want to be. Now, I want to show something else in this book. This is in a museum they got uptown. I forget the name of that museum, but it's in an Indian museum. They're moving it downtown. And I went in there and saw this, and I had to point it out to a couple of Indians. They didn't even know it was in there. Here's an Indian garment made out of deer skin, and what's on that garment? The shield of David, center, front and center. And on the side of it, the shield of David. Now, what is Indians doing with 6-point stars, the shield of David on their garments? Because they knew that they were Israelites. You see that? The shield of David in their garments. And you got the menorah, the 7-branch candlestick on the other, near the shield. When you go back. See up at the top? Right. Look at that. Got the menorah and all that. Down there too. Now, why would they have the menorah and the shield of David? This is good. Why would they have that if they didn't know who they were?
Let me say this. They got about 4 menorahs on there.
Right.
One there. One there. One there.
One at the top.
One there.
Another one.
Right.
And then look at the shields of David.
They got 5 of them on there.
And 2 big shields of David. You make sure you get them shields of David. This is what the Indians wore in their garments. The menorah, the 7-branch candlestick, and the shield of David. Why? Because they knew that they were the children of Israel. Now, I'm going to show something else. Here's a book I showed earlier that don't look nothing like the Indians in that book. Didn't look nothing like this thing on here, did it? Here you got the devil on the front of the book talking about an Indian. This don't look nothing like the great chief. This look like Satan on the front of this cover.
And they made it.
History of the American Indians by Adair, James Adair. And he was a scholar during this period of time. I think it was the 1700s or the 1600s. He was living during this period of time, and he went and he visited Indians. This is in the 1600s. And here's what he had to say. On page 29, here's what it says. In behalf of Adair, in his theory of the Jewish origin of the American Aborigines, in other words, Jewish origin of North American Indians, it should be pointed out that a long line of writers, both before and after him, held the same view. Soon after the discovery of America, the theory was advanced that the Indians derived from the lost tribes of Israel. And I have that in writing highlighted right here on this page.
Let me get a close-up.
You get a close-up of that, that's right. In behalf of Adair, see in the green at the top? In behalf of Adair and his theory of the Jewish origin of American Aborigines, it should be pointed out that a long line of writers, both before and after him, held the same view. Soon after the discovery of America, the theory was advanced that the Indians derived from the lost tribes of Israel. So where does that leave you devils, you so-called white people? Running around with a bald head talking about you a skinhead. You an Aryan race. You're a race of devils is what you are. The devil, the white man, knew through common sense from dealing with the Indian and seeing the customs that they were dealing with and the shemais they would do on the Sabbath and all that. He knew that they were Israelites. And he knew that there wasn't no red people. He knew that they were dark-skinned people, and he knew who they were. He knew that they was the children of of the Israelites, and he wrote it in a book. So where do you so-called white people, you so-called Jews get off claiming to be us, claiming to be our people? The Indian that's on the reservation is our brother and our sister, you so-called Negro sitting at home. You need to learn that. You need to learn who you are. Now give me another scripture on Gad. Tells you that when Gad came here, he was going to be overtaken by a troop. The troop that overthrew him was the so-called United States Cavalry, and I'm going to show that in a book. Read that.
And the real red people is Esau.
Right, the real red man is the devil, the so-called white man. You got that with Gad, the troop show. Come and tell who you at.
Genesis 49, verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
Hold it right there. Here it is, right here in this book called The Great Chiefs on page 224. Showing the Gadites, the North American Indians, being attacked by the devil, the so-called white man, the troop that overcame them. See the white man on horses with guns shooting at who? Indians. And they got workers and swords. And they cutting the Indians and shooting them, killing them. Civilized, peaceful people, the Indians. Now, the troop that overcame them, that's showing you the devil, the white man. But what? What about at his latter end? Read.
But he shall overcome him at the last.
In the end of your time, devil, you so-called white man, the Indians going to end up scalping you and making pouches and rugs out of you. You going into captivity. You ain't going to Mars or Disney World or the moon or Deep Space 6. You going into the deep cotton field to pick some cotton for black people because you're going to be a slave. You running around hollering the Most High love everybody and God forgives and all that. God ain't never loved everybody on this earth. Nowhere in the Bible does it say God love everybody. Give me Matthew 10:34. Christ himself told the disciples, he gave them a direct order. He commanded them not to go teach any other nation but the Israelites. Matthew 10:34. Read.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Now, if God loves everybody, if Jesus loves everybody, why is he telling us right here, don't even think that I'm coming to send any peace on earth? But if you have a problem understanding that, read a little further.
I came not to send peace.
Now, what kind of interpretation is that? Am I interpreting this thing wrong? Or is it your interpretation? Perhaps it's my interpretation. You know, the Bible is a book. Maybe we're interpreting it wrong. Maybe I'm going off somewhere. You know?
Is that difficult English to understand?
It's plain English to understand. Read it again for the listening viewers. Maybe I'm making a mistake here. Read.
Matthew 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace.
So-called Negroes don't think at all. He said, think not that I come to send peace.
On earth.
On the earth.
I came not to send peace.
I came not to send no peace.
But a sword.
But a sword. What do you do with a sword? A sword is a killing instrument. What do you do with a sword? Do you plant crops with it? Do you sing songs with it? Do you pick it up and run in the woods and dance with it? No, you hunt people down and chop their heads off with a sword. Now go from there and get me about hate. Get me Ezekiel, the 22nd chapter. So-called devil running around talking about the Lord wouldn't hurt nobody. He don't hate nobody. The Most High tells you in the Bible that he hates everybody on this earth except the nation of Israel. We're the apple of his eye. We're his precious jewels that he's going to wear on this earth and rule over the nations. We're going to rule over the nations like a potter over a pot. Like he can pick it up and honor it, or he can pick it up and smash it. And that's what the Lord is going to use Israel to do to the nations that have forgotten the Most High. Ezekiel 22 and 20. Let's see if this shows any bias or any hate or racism or when God hurts someone. Because a lot of you people, you homosexual types out there on this God is love trip, and the Bible ain't talking about no love. Read.
As they gather silver.
Hold it now. He's giving you an example. In case you have a problem understanding things, God said, the Supreme Being said, as they gather silver
and brass,
as they gather silver and brass,
and iron, and lead, and tin, into the midst of the furnace.
Into the midst of a furnace. Just like you gather lead and iron and silver and tin and put it in the furnace.
To blow the fire upon it.
To blow fire on it.
To melt it.
To melt it.
So will I gather you.
So will the Most High gather you devils, you so-called white people.
in mine anger,
He's going to gather you in his anger.
and in my fury,
And in his fury.
and I will leave you there,
And he's going to leave you here.
and melt you.
He's going to melt you devils. You devils are going to be melted. So when you running around talking about the Lord won't hurt nobody, he love everybody, he's a forgiving God, God said he's going to gather you devils together, put you in a furnace, and melt you. Read.
Yea, I will gather you, and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath,
Moses said he's going to gather you in the fire of his wrath.
and ye shall be
And
melted.
you're going to be melted. So where you get all this God is love, he wouldn't hurt nobody, he's a forgiving God, he's a peaceful God. He said he's going to gather you in a furnace and leave you there and blow fire on you and melt you. Did you hear that? Melt you. Maybe they didn't hear it. Maybe we ought to read it again. Start it again. Because I think they have a mind problem. Maybe they have a problem interpreting this thing. Read it.
As they gather silver, and
It's like a goldsmith gathers silver and brass. Read it.
iron,
And iron.
lead,
And lead.
tin,
And tin.
into the midst of the furnace,
Into the midst of the furnace,
to blow the fire upon it,
so they can melt it. Read.
to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger,
So will the Lord gather you so-called white people, you Chinese, you Japanese, you Arabs, you East Indians, you Africans, all of you bastards. Read.
and in my fury,
The Lord gonna gather you in his anger and in his fury.
and I will leave you there and melt you.
He's gonna melt you, devils. And put you in a furnace and melt you. Do that sound like I love you?
That sounds like what Hitler did to the so-called Jews.
Perhaps this is where Hitler got his idea from. Perhaps this is where Hitler might have got his idea from the Most High. Gather them, put them in a furnace, and melt them. And that's what's going to happen to you, devils. Give me the day of the Lord. 1 Peter's. 2 Peter's 3, 9, and 10. Let's get that. You signing peace pacts and all that, think you going somewhere. You ain't going nowhere. But to hell.
2 Peter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Because you're not aware that the Christ is coming back. A lot of you, only the leaders are aware. The rich are aware. They know what's happening. They're going in the space shuttle every month, putting platforms out there, putting weapons out there, doing everything to get off the earth. But they got to come right back in.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Does that sound like love? That don't sound like love.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Now, do that sound like love? Do that sound like L-O-V-E? Or does that sound like somebody is mad as hell? Well, the day of the Lord ain't going to be no day of love. The day of the Lord is going to be a day of wrath. He's going to melt people. He's going to blow the fire upon them. The fire of his wrath and his anger and his jealousy. All this love, love, love. That's what's wrong. You know, that sounds like a homosexual thing. Love, love, love. There ain't that much love never existed in the world. When the Babylonians became wicked as a nation, they wanted love, they were destroyed. When the Egyptians became wicked as a nation, they were not love, they were destroyed. Is America a wicked nation? Is America a wicked nation? It's the most wicked nation that ever ruled the planet Earth and is predestined to be destroyed by the Most High. Give me that.
Amos 9 verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom.
Most High got his eye on this kingdom. He see everything they're doing in the White House. Everything that the Rothschilds is ordering the so-called elite families of the rich to do. He see everything the trilaterals and the philanthropists and the witches and the druids and everybody. He see everything that you're doing in this wicked country called America.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Now, I don't know how a preacher can get any other interpretation from that. The eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. That sounds like death. Give me Revelations 1 and 7. A lot of you church people jumping and screaming, you hope the Lord hurry up and come back. A lot of you, when Jesus come back, you're going to be running in the subway. Running trying to get to the airport. Running trying to get on a boat. Running ducking. Read.
Revelations 1 verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds.
Christ is coming in the clouds because he's going to be flying. And what's coming with Christ is a posse of 200 million angels, like it says in the book of Revelation. 200 million coming in UFOs to do what?
And every eye shall see him.
All you're going to see, Jesus, you're going to see a big, gigantic black man. A black angel in the heavens coming with 200 million more mighty angels. Read.
And they also which pierced him.
Even the devils that hung him on the cross, they walking around today out of the Roman Empire. They walking around and they're going to be killed too.
And it's talking about all the white people.
And it's talking about all you so-called white people, the whole Roman world. Read.
And all the kindreds of the earth
all the kindreds of the earth, all the nations,
shall wail because of him.
Do that sound like love? Do that sound like love? Give me Malachi 1 and 3, I believe it is. And then I want to show a book. I want to show this again. We got to keep showing this thing. I don't show this thing enough. I got to keep showing. And this little hate letter that they had here, I was reading. Oh, this hate letter that this group sent us, that don't bother us at all. They had something written at the top. I'm getting ready to knock them in the head on this thing that they had. They had written on here that they got their information from a book called Secrets of Mount Sinai. I'm going to tell them that that's a damn lie. Because I got the book in here called Secrets of Mount Sinai, and I'm going to go into the secrets of Mount Sinai and find out what the secret is that they was up there looking for. Because in this dumb hate letter that they wrote us, they said that they got this information from a book called Secrets of Mount Sinai. I'm here to tell you you're a damn liar, and I'm going to prove it on TV. Secrets of Mount Sinai. You're a liar. Here it is right here. Secrets of Mount Sinai. Calling us a black occult and saying that Satan is black and all that. Well, let's find out if that's true. Let's compare this statement and compare the book. Here's a book now. Secrets of Mount... Wait a minute now. You devils wrote this letter. All I'm doing is going in the book. Secrets of Mount Sinai.
Hold the letter. Let me hold the letter. Don't go.
You go to the letter, right?
I'm going to get the book first.
Get the book first. Secrets of Mount Sinai. And they trying to say in this letter that they calling us the devil because they went in this book called Secrets of Mount Sinai. You're a damn fool. And you just cut your own head off now. Because I got the book right here. Let's find out what the secret was in Mount Sinai. Secrets of Mount Sinai. All right, it's so secretive, those. Oh, this is what the secret is. Oh, now I see what the secret is. The secret is when they went up there, they found pictures of Moses and Aaron and the children of Israel being all black. See them little guys in the photograph? They get a good close-up of that. All black. Moses and Aaron and the children of Israel and the priests. Black!
Let me get close.
Mm-hmm. Look at it. That's what the secret was on Mount Sinai.
That they were black people.
They were black people. That's what the damn secret was. Now I got some other secrets I'm going to show in this book. Secrets of Mount Sinai. You devils need to be whipped. Show you how stupid you are. Look at the angels in heaven. They're black. Moses, black. The Most High, black. Christ, black. Everything on there is black. And they're holy. Secrets of Mount Sinai. You're stupid to write that in this letter. Now, let me get another secret that you hear. Secrets. It's a secret, or it used to be a secret. There ain't no secret no more. So we revealing that secret now. We bringing the hidden things out. Oh, here's another secret. Climbing up Jacob's ladder. All the people that's going to climb up Jacob's ladder are black. That's right. Now see, I'm going to show you something. See the people going up the ladder? They're black. Now another thing they did, let me show you something they did. I want to point something significant out. See these little black angels here?
Hold a minute, let me get the picture.
Right. These are black people going up the Jacob's ladder. It's going to climb up into the heavens with the Most High. Look at them. Jacob himself leading them, black.
Uh-huh.
See that?
I noticed some of them they try to rub down.
They tried to rub down.
The feet, look at the feet.
Look at the feet, black, right. It's just as simple as they can be.
And the hand.
Right. These devils got a lot of nerve.
And look at the angels.
Look at the angels, all black, waiting on us to get in heaven. They all black.
Woolly hair.
Woolly hair. These devils as simple as you can be. Now, I'm going to show something else in here. These angels, these black things that they got here, the devil, the white man went over there. What I found out through electrophotography is that these images here were red. And Esau went in there and painted them black. That's supposed to be Satan trying to get to the people climbing up Jacob's ladder. Those pictures were red, and these devils went and painted it black. Ain't that something? Mm-hmm. They were red, and these devils went and painted over them black. Secrets. Now, like I said, you wrote in that letter, Secrets of Mount Sinai. Well, here it is. I just went in the book. Secrets of Mount Sinai.
You know something? They made a movie. Listen a minute. They made a movie with this faggot in it. Was Patrick Swayze.
Right.
And with this homosexual, bisexual freak, what's her name? Whoopi Goldberg.
Right.
And when they showed the demons in the movie, what was the name of this movie?
Ghost?
Yeah, Ghosts. But
Right.
when they showed the demons in the movie, the demons were black. This damn cracker got some
He's
there.
sick.
And ain't a nigga open his mouth.
Nobody said
Ain't a
nothing.
nigga up there in the movie world open his mouth.
They don't know nothing.
Ain't a nigga in the political world open his mouth to say nothing about that.
Well, they don't have to. I'm going to open my mouth right now and say something. The Bible says that the devil is red. And it also says that the children of Edom are the children of Satan. Now, I'm going to show that in a book. This is called Byzantine, Art of the Byzantine Era. I'm going to show you that Constantine and his sons and their sons' sons left pictures of the devil in their synagogue and in their churches so that people would know who Satan is. I'm going to show you that.
Now, those are black people.
Those are black people on the front of it. These are Byzantine Christian Jews.
Can I add this? Look at the feet. And they tried to wipe the faces down, but look at the feet.
That's right.
This crack is too much.
He's sick. Now, who is the devil? Let's find out in this thing. Page 173. It says detail of the mosaic of Esau. Isaac and Esau.
This crack is too much.
He's sick. Now, who is the devil? Let's find out in this thing. Page 173. It says detail of the mosaic of Esau. Isaac and Esau. The gate colors, the dynamic composition shows the Montreal work at its best. Detail of Esau. Here he is. Constantine knew who the damn devil was. Esau, the cunning hunter. The verdict on you is guilty.
The real red
This
man.
proves that the devil is red and that all you so-called white people come from Esau. And I showed this picture it was months ago on a program, and they cut the power to the station off.
I'm going to check it
They
out.
turned the power to the station off. That's a photograph of Esau, the cunning hunter. Now I can get the caption on there on the right. So I got it highlighted. It says, detail mosaic of Isaac and Esau, but it ain't showing Isaac. It's just showing, you know why it ain't showing Isaac? Because he's black.
That's right. That's why
They just showed Esau. And he's the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. The reason that the scholars didn't let the picture of Isaac be shown in this detail is because they'd have to show a black man.
Right.
And they must have ran out of red dye or something. They couldn't wash him out, so they had to show Esau. There he is. Esau.
Maybe the angels stopped them from wiping them out.
Right. These devils got a lot to
say,
pay
all right,
for.
we won't show it.
Right. They don't want to show Isaac. They don't want to show the color of Isaac because, like I said earlier, you so-called white people came from us. We didn't come from you. Give me Job, the 30th chapter. I showed earlier what happened to Gehazi during the time of the kings of Israel when Elisha was a servant under Elijah. This is what you devils was looking like. That's why Elijah and them didn't want y'all around. Look at it. This is an early man of Palestine. And this is from the mountains of Mount Seir. This is in the British Museum. And this Mutt and Jeff. This is the reason why Elisha looked at Gehazi and said, the leprosy therefore of Naaman shall be on thee and thy seed, and on thy seed forever. And he went out from among his presence a leper. Look at him. He looked like the damn Planet of the Apes. Could you imagine telling somebody, this is my son? Look at these devils. I'm going to read what it says. Left, Palinthrius, or prehistoric man of Palestine. What does that mean? A man of the mountains. What mountains? Mount Seir. These devils, this is photographs from Mount Seir showing that these guys didn't look human, man. They look like a bunch of damn apes.
Yeah, Edomites.
Edomites. Talking about Planet of the Apes. Look at him. This is what Elisha ran out of Palestine. There he is. Esau. The devil that the Bible speaks of. Now read. Job, the 30th chapter, I believe, from 1 to 5. I want to get another picture. I want to get his wife in here too. Read.
Job 30, verse 1.
Job 30. You always saying we were niggas. I'll tell you what. I'd rather look like a nigger any day than to look like a damn zombie. The way you devils was running around in them caves. Hold on, Mike, a minute. Here's the first Miss America that existed.
Yeah, throw mama from
the train, Yashiyah, in the damn woods, cleaning the den. Now how the hell you gonna wake up lay next to something that look like that and claim that to be your wife? Something like, she looked like she was hit by 50 trains and is cleaning the den. Believe it or not, this thing is a woman. It's a white woman. And look at the broad nose on her and look at the big lips. She looked deformed. And see, what the Lord did was bring them out of us in a deformed looking state and put them in the damn cage. That's how they was looking. Look at them. They look like beasts. Like Paul said, brute beasts. That's what they looked like. A horror movie. Now compare that, and they make a nice couple. Let me show you. Let's get the whole family together. Here's the wife, here's the two guys. They're all probably going with the same woman. Here they go. You devils claim this was 1,000,000 years ago. This wasn't no 1,000,000 years ago. What time is it, brother? What time is it?
11:25.
Exactly 835 years ago, 11 hours and 35 minutes ago, you bastards was looking just like this. Living up in the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. Looking like Mutt and Jeff, throw mama from the train, and 1 million BC, Planet of the Apes, Creep Show. This is what you looked like. I don't know how the hell you devils made it out of them caves. How the hell you survived in there, but this is what the hell you was looking like a strange metamorphosis. Very pro-magnum man, hell. Here's your Neanderthal. I want to get one more. We're going to get there. Oh, here they go. Here's the whole choir now. Give me Genesis 25:25. Get that quick.
Barcode and all.
Yeah, now that ain't no coat. Let me clear something up. This is not a coat that these men have on. This is a result of not having a Gillette razor and being incarcerated in a damn cave for 150 years. This is what you get. No razor. This is what you get. A damn hairy beast. Read Genesis 25:25.
And the first came out red.
Hold it now. Here they go. Every one of these devils. Red. Red! Oh, go ahead.
All over.
He's red all over. Go ahead.
Like in hairy garment.
So damn hairy. It looked like he got a coat on like a garment. But this is the natural hair that grew on these beasts. Look at it. If you take any white man and lock him up and incarcerate him and don't let that devil have a toothbrush or a razor, this is what you get.
And that one right there is a lie. That one they took the beard off.
They tried to take the beard off, right. Trying to say a smooth face. He's the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. This is why they operate like that. I'm going to show you another picture of him. Why he liked to play baseball so much. I'm going to show you why he was like that. Because when he was living up in the cave, the dog was his best friend. The scripture said they brayed around the nettles. Look at him now. These devils braying like hell around these nettles. And they ate juniper roots for their meat. We're going to read it out of the Bible. And then we're going to show you why they was in the caves. Because we put them in the damn, look at them. They don't like to admit that this was them. They say it was 1 billion years ago. I'm telling you, they lying about that. It was only 835 years ago, 11 hours and 40 minutes ago. These bastards was up in the caves. And this is proof of it. This book is from the Smithsonian. The name of this book is called In the Age of Mankind. I'm going to show you another picture. Read that. Tell them where you at. Read.
Job 30, verse 1 to 5.
Oh, here he is. Wait, before he reads that, here he is. Esau. Ran all over. I can see why you devils are ashamed to teach your... For the looks of your hell. I can see why you don't want nobody to know your history. Don't want them to know you was looking like that, running around with a damn rag wrapped around your waist. You look like hell. Pure hell is what you look like. With a damn baseball bat in your hand. Read, get that, what Job said about them. I see why Job didn't want them around his dogs. Hell, read.
Job 30, verse 1 to 5. But now, they that are younger than I have me in derision,
Go ahead.
whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
The reason why Job didn't want them sitting around the dogs, look at him. Look at these devils walking in the... If you want something like that around a dog, look at him. at them. They look like beasts. They look worse than that movie Planet of the Apes. And they try to hide that history. That's why they don't allow nobody to go into Mount Seir. I bet you ain't no black group went over there and saw a damn thing in Mount Seir.
And you can see that they read through
They read through their hair and they're hairy and funky.
Read. Right. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary.
For want and famine they were solitary. They was chased out of the land of Israel by the prophet Elisha, because Gehazi robbed an Assyrian captain. And that's why he got kicked out of the mountains, out of Israel into the Caucasus Mountains. Read.
Fleeing into the wilderness in former time desolate and waste.
See, they went into a desolate, waste area. What was that? The caves. Read.
Who cut up mallows by the bushes.
They cut up mallows by the bushes. Read.
And juniper roots for their meat.
They didn't have sense enough to realize that juniper roots is not made for you to eat. They went pulling up juniper roots and eating that, and that's poison as hell. Read.
They were driven forth from among men.
See, they taught me in school when I was in junior high school that the reason they was in the caves because they just went up there and they liked it up there. They liked heights.
That one West, Yashiyah, oh please believe we had 7 elders, now we up to 10. We on our way back to the sand heaps with two hands, five fingers. That's one West, it's twisted up. We street teacher, y'all bleacher preachers, and we don't stop till they get enough. You never want to come and disrespect the founders when you should be saying the water, how would they found us and grounded us in all the ways of the Torah.